So many thanks for talking to us. My first question would be regarding the PLI scheme. The government is currently looking to come up with the PLI scheme in the agrochemical space. How you take this, and do you think so that this will be a boost for the entire sector?
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, certainly PLI is something which is an excellent initiative by the government. It has already been announced in few other sectors. We as industry have been working closely with the government on PLI for agrochemicals. We expect that notification and announcement should come very soon. This will certainly boost manufacturing in India. The dream of Make in India for global and for India, I'm sure this will further cultivate, and we are very happy as industry and welcome this PLI move.
You have recently received an investment. Okay, what is the tune of that investment, and how you are going to utilize it?
So we have received 300 crores from IFC, International Financial Corporation, and Emerging Asia Fund. Both are backed by World Bank. This investment we have received very recently. This process was ongoing from last couple of years. They are an excellent team, excellent fund. The focus is more on now expanding our manufacturing facilities. They come with very deep experience in terms of social responsibilities, environmental responsibilities, and I'm sure we will use their experience, not just the money, and this will help us in expanding our manufacturing plants, further investments in our R&D initiatives, which we have been doing for last a decade. So this will further strengthen our position, and of course our balance sheet size is big, and we are further expanding. Some of the receipts will also get utilized in funding the working capital needs. So this is how we want to take it forward, this investment.
So you are you in plan to have some more sort of acquisition? Secondly, are you also looking to list yourself and knock the stock market as well?
Yeah, I'll answer the second part first, where we have been the front runner in acquiring businesses, brands, and both in seeds and agrochemical space from last 1 decade. We have done about 9 acquisitions, so we will continue to hunt acquisitions in both agrochemical and seed space. That is part of our strategy. And as regards as listing is concerned, so these are business decisions. We would certainly, once this investment is received, and we will capitalize this, grow our business, and somewhere in future I will not deny that that is not on the cards, but not immediate, but certainly that is the direction we will like to take.
And my last question would be that government is continuously focusing, urging, or giving a push that there has to be a diversification when it comes to the agriculture aspect. Not just the regular or the traditional crops should be pushed in. The BT, cotton, and several other sort of alternate mechanism is being talked about. How you analyze this space? How you analyze the coming 3 or 5 years in this space? And secondly, the pesticides is one of the key issues where the government is discouraging it. Being an industry partner, do you think so that this might hurt the sentiment, whether in terms of expansion, investment, in any sort of?
So, first of all, so crop diversity, you raised a very interesting point. You will look at the data. There are certain crops which we are net importers, and there are certain crops where India is sufficient and also exporting. So one aspect purely on the commercial reason, where we should have crop diversity which directly impacts positively economically the nation. And secondly, most important is from the farming point of view, where crop diversity is required for better soil condition and better productivity, where crop rotation and these are initiatives which Government of India along with industry have been working very closely. State governments are giving directions in discussion with the industry which crops to be sown when. So this is one aspect where crop diversity will play a very important role. New technologies are coming. Very recently, government have approved the GM crops in mustard also, which is a very welcome step. And there are talks to further approve in the cotton space and further in other crops also. So I'm sure these technologies will play a very pivotal, positive role. These are technologies which are tried, tested with tons of data, and I'm sure it will come to benefit to the consumers, to the farmers, and to the whole ecosystem. So so this is, yeah.
And regarding the pesticide part,
Yeah. So you mentioned about the pesticide part. I will simply say that these are again plant medicines. So pesticides are used to regulate the control of insects, disease. So these are all scientifically tried, tested. Their residue are tested. It is typically what we saw in COVID. Why the vaccines are required? Why all these medicines are required? So I'm not concerned honestly or worried with pesticide. I mean, the word looks more challenging, but in reality, these you can't live without. And there are clear data where usage of agrochemical in India is extremely low in comparison to the world average, or even some of these smaller nations are consuming much more. So I'm not against any organic or any biologicals. Certainly, if agriculture is sustainable, if controls can be done in the biological way, we have also done investments in the biological space. But if the question is that can we live without agrochemicals, the answer is no. And are agrochemicals safe? Yes, if it is used in the complete regulated way, in the prescribed manner, certainly they are safe as well.
Many thanks for talking to us. With camera person Devendra, this is Samir Dikshit for HT Now.